What's up, everybody? So today I'm gonna take you through a demonstration I did the other day on my Girl Rissa Juice. I'm gonna take you through a couple steps for what the colors that I like to achieve, and just give you guys a little bit of insight into the process. I know I come across a lot of people that either they try to do their stuff at home, or they can't afford the services that I provide, or maybe they just come in looking jacked up from their previous barber. I want this video to serve as like guidance for y'all to understand what to ask for, to understand what a correct process looks like, and just the ins and outs of everything you need to do to achieve the kind of colors that I'm getting and the kind of looks that I want. Here's the process, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'll probably insert my fucking tag right here somewhere, like bloop. I always want to do that. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, feel free. I can't stress to you enough. DM me, ask me a question. YouTube, ask me questions. Instagram, ask me a question. Twitter, ask me questions. Snapchat, if you got me, ask me anything. I'm here for you. Reach out. I got you. Anyways, let's start it up. So here you see all the materials I'm gonna need to achieve this look. You got the Pravana Garnet and the Rose Gold. I got the 20, the aluminum, and the V-Light. So here we're gonna start mixing that 20 for her sides. Now you wanna mix it equal parts. You wanna make sure that the consistency has its peaks and valleys, but more waterier than icing. Here when I'm cutting her, I wanna make sure when I'm cutting, I'm working off the parietal ridge and protecting that crown area. We're gonna go from the 3 to a 1 to make sure she still has a little bit of hair on the sides for her design or her part. I do that so that the hair could be tapered and nice and tight. Now I'm pointing out here because you need to start with the sides of the head with that 20. Now the sides of the head are a lot less insulated than the top because the top is curly, but I'll explain to you in a little bit why that's important. So you want to make sure you mix it in really well because you don't want any spots. Cover it up with the aluminum foil. Make sure that the sides are insulated, and you're gonna check them in another 15-20 minutes. We're gonna make sure that the shower cap is on because you don't want it to be messy and you want to keep that heat in. Here we're gonna check it out. Now you see her hair is blonde, but still not the blonde that we need it to be. That's because we gotta add the 10 and let it process and sit. So we're gonna add that 10 developer just to the top of her head. The top of her head is curly, like I said, and we'll explain later in the video why it's important to make sure that the top of the head gets less bleach than the bottom. Since it's isolated and we're working with that color on her ends, we want to make sure to be very careful when over processing her hair. That's why I always like to stay in the low end of the developers and not the 30s or the 40s. Make sure that you cover the top up really nice and still leave a little bit of room for the bleach to breathe. Right here, I sent Rissa outside to process. Now, I did that because I do take advantage of the weather here in Florida. Since it's hot outside, her body gives off heat, and the first areas that it does give off is the top of her head is one, and the bottom of her feet, but right now we're working with the top of her head. Okay, so we're gonna end up sending her outside, letting the bleach oxidize for a little bit, letting it blow up. I did start with the 20 on the sides. That's gonna continue to keep going. And if you guys heard from before, the reason why I don't put 20 all on the whole head is because the top being curly is gonna insulate the roots of her hair and cause it to hot root, which means to get really light at the root and not pull all the way through. And you don't want that because that means that the weak point of the hair is at the root and it may cause breakage. That's very dangerous for the client. So I'm gonna bring her back soon and we're gonna check on her. Now here you can see what I'm talking about with a lot of these permanent colors. They just do not want to lift out. Whatever color she had before is just being stubborn and wants to stay. Now you can see those roots getting gold and they're getting blonde, but still not to the color where I need them to lift. So right now I'm just trying to see her timing, how much more time she needs right now. So I do eventually end up dragging that 20 on that top, just so that it has a little more time to lift and really give us as much color out as we can. Now you can see that she's ready for that shampoo bowl. Here we're washing her out. You can see that pink residue is still there, but it's okay. Since we're using that rose gold, everything is gonna be fine. We're gonna pull that on the side. Make sure you dry her hair. We're gonna pull that to the side of her hair, working around the top. and on the side. I will add a part though. Now y'all didn't see when I parted her hair to make that little section for the burgundy, but I did part it with these little bad boys right here, okay? Like, they're easy and sharp, and make sure that you comb every little part of that hair and clip that joint. It's very important to make sure that you don't create any messes and you don't create any overspill. So here you can see that I parted it out in a half moon crescent shape that started to take place here. You'll be able to see it a little better with the aerial view. I'm loving this berry color, and after about 20 minutes she's ready for the shampoo bowl. You want to dry her up, pick her hair out, and make sure that it's ready for the finishing touches. We're going to snip away all those dead ends like our past, take them shits out, and we're going to start making sure that our cut is finished nice and pristine. Get your clippers, start doing the part. Now when we're doing the part, you want a thin line, and you're going to work your way up to a thicker line, so make sure that everything is with precision. I finished with the Talaya Wajid, that dope ass smelling curl custard. We work it through with the palms, distributing evenly, and I'm going to finish with that Main Choice Crystal Orchard Biotin Infused Styling Gel. When the hair is this light, it opens up the coarseness, opens up the curl, and it just gets curly on itself. Now, I do want to take a little bit of that ridge off on the sides, but she's ready to go, and you can see the finished product right here.